Welcome back, students. Today, again, we are with a new topic of the same lesson, that is the Indian Constitution. This lesson we have already started. We have seen first part of the lesson in the first video. Now we have the second part of the this same lesson, that is SPL's lesson of 8 standards, that is the Constitution. See, in the first video what we have seen in this book, we have seen the Constitution of India. In that we have seen why we have need the Constitution. In that we have already discussed about the Indian Constitution and why we need the Constitution. Also, in the last video we have discussed about the Nepal state, or the Nepal's constitution, when, why, and what was the happen when Nepal have accepted and formed their own constitution. These things we have studied in this video. Now we have the next part of the same lesson, that is given here, key features of our constitution. There are many features of our constitution, but those are important given here. These five key features we are going to discuss through this video. See here, before that we have two examples here. The examples, it is very familiar example with us. What is the example? See on the page number 7 of SPL, their example given here, that is when a teacher, she have the urgent work in the office, so she has given or allotted one monitor or the head boy in the class for maintain silent in the class. It is very natural thing in the school, in the your class. So here a boy who is appointed by the teacher, he monitoring the class, but while the monitoring, he not gives the justice to each and everyone. He doing the partiality in the class. Those are boys who not favor of that head boy. He writing the name of that head boy. Means here the example, if power gives in one's hand, that time this person or that person misuse the power. If hands in one, or means one's hand in the power, that time maybe he use this power in the wrong way, means misuse the power. Here clearly given, when that teacher come back or return, that time he gives name. Those boys are not talking even, but these boys are not friend of that boys. So this happen, and unfortunately these boys given punishment by that teacher. So here it is the example, if the power given in one's hand, that time maybe power use or misuse this power, or wrongly use this power given. The second example given here about the majority. Same example, same type of the example. It is the example of school. There are many boys and girls are playing, but the majority of the boys and they want to play on that particular ground where girls are playing. But the complaint again went in the school management. That time majority was with the boys, and so that ground allotted for the boys, means on which base, on the basis of the majority. So here the example of the majority. Now we have after this given here the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution and its the key features. These are the key features. First key feature is the fundamental is the federalism, which is federalism. Second is the parliamentary form of government. Third one is the separation of power separation. Then fundamental rights. There are many fundamental rights given by our constitution to everyone. Then fifth number, that is the secularism. These are the key features of our constitution, and here now we will see these one by one. See here, very firstly, what is given, that around the 300 people, around the 300 people who given their contribution for writing our constitution in the year of 1946. That 1946 this constituent assembly was established from, and from that time this work was going on to making the constitution, or making the constitution. Of them we know that Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Dr. Ambedkar, and there are many leaders, thinkers who given their contribution for the making of the constitution. Of them, one very those have played very crucial role, important role in for the making or in the work of making constitution. That is Dr. Ambedkar. We know that Dr. Ambedkar was the chairman of this drafting committee, and the head of this constituent assembly, that is the Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So Dr. Ambedkar's work is the very important work. He played very crucial role, very important role in the Indian Constitution, or for the making of Indian Constitution. These points are given here. So we cannot forget these great leaders' work for the our constitution. Of them, Dr. Rajendra Prasad and Dr. Ambedkar, we cannot forget to them. Why we are talking the constitution or Indian constitution? They studied various countries' constitution, and those points are good. Those points are necessary. Those points are in the favor of citizens. These points included by Dr. Ambedkar and his team. Not only these points, but they studied the Indian people, Indian situation, and then they made some new rules for Indian people in the constitution. Of them, first is the federalism. Federalism means this formation of the government. We know that in our India, in our nation, these are the three level or three steps of the government. That is first government, that is the who having the supreme power in India, that is the central government. That is the central government. then state government, and then Panchayati Raj. Here central government works for all over the country. Central government work for the all over the country. State government, we know that various states like the West Bengal, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. These the states of our country, and they have their own state government. So these state government work for that particular state only, and the center government for whole country or whole India. Okay. Uh, for example, government of Maharashtra or Maharashtra government work for the Maharashtra states only. Maharashtra states only, and the central government works for the whole India. Then Panchayati Raj means here local government. We know that Panchayati Raj we have studied very clearly in the sixth standard and sixth standard. So Panchayati Raj, we know that municipal corporations we study in that taluka level or the district level, local governments or the village level, gram panchayat working for the that particular area. So this federalism, but who having the supreme power? Central government having the supreme power in India. So this is the federalism. Then next point is the uh, next point given here, parliamentary form of government. Here second point given, that is the parliamentary form of the government. What is the parliamentary form of the government? We know that here parliament session means MPs they are elected by through the voting, and this parliament session we might have seen two houses in the parliament, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In English, Lord, House of Lord and House of Common, we know that. So this parliamentary system we have in this constitution. The all members or the representative elect from the directly people, and they are sitting in one hall known as the parliament or the central hall. There discussion going on, and through the discussion the laws rules are going to made according to the situation, and government are run through this parliamentary system. So the prime minister or the our president cannot take any decision without discussion. So discussion is going on in the parliament in the central hall, and then these prime ministers or the or president taking the decision, but they having also the supreme power for making the decision. So here parliamentary form of the government we have. It is the second key feature of the our constitution. Then separation of power. Separation of power we have discussed already before few minutes, that is the three levels of government. Three levels of the government, that is the central level government which is work for the whole nation or the whole country. Here the state level government, second level. State level government means the government work for the that particular state. Then Panchayati Raj means the local government, but their separation of the power. Power have the separation. Some subjects or some topics, only on that topic central government make the decision. Here state government or the Panchayati Raj cannot interfere. For example, foreign issues These foreign issues only handle or the military issues or the defense issues or export import issues only handled by the central government. It is the authority with only the central government. Here state government and the Panchayati Raj cannot interfere. Yes, they can give the suggestions, their suggestions they can give, but the final decision give only the central government. This the separation of the power. Some special rights or the special rights given towards the state government according to the our constitution, means state government having the their own rights to make the decision, but these only for that particular state, and the same decision on the same topic if taken by the central government, then central government's rule final, and the state government's rule may be cancelled if the both government have taken on the decision on the same topic. Whose rule may be whose rule supreme, that is the central government's rule supreme. Then Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj take the decision or they take the run the government on the local level. This Panchayati Raj follow the order of the these both governments, that is the state government and the central government. Means the our constitution have separation, given the separation of the power through the this key feature, that is the which subject under the central government, which subject under the state government, and which subject under the Panchayati Raj. So separation of the power given here. Then fundamental rights, which is very important. Fundamental rights. Our constitution has given us some special rights. Which is the special rights? Those rights, without that without these rights we cannot live as a normal person. So these rights known as the fundamental rights, which is very necessary. These are the fundamental rights. So which are rights? See, rights of here given here. I have written very short here, but in our book, page number 14, there are fundamental rights given. Rights of equality. Rights of equality. There is no discrimination on the basis of the gender, on the basis of the caste or religious. No. There, all people of India are the equal. Means the rights of equality. Then rights of freedom. Freedom of speech. It is given by our constitution. Express ourselves on every topic very freely. That is the rights of freedom. We can move across the country. We can do our business across the country. That is the right of freedom. We can go in the various part of the country. Means we are living in Maharashtra and we can go in the Tamil Nadu, or we can go in the Delhi, we can go in the northeast side of the country, or we can go in the Uttar Pradesh or Bihar or any state of the country, and we can do our business there. We can live there very freely. That is the right of freedom. Means we are free for the living in the country. That is the right of freedom. Then right of religious. Right of religious. We know that in our nation there are many religious or many communities are living. We have not accepted any major religion. So Hindu people living here, Muslim people, Persian people, or any other Jain people, these people, these communities are here, and everyone have their rights. It is the fundamental rights given by the constitution that we can offer, we offer our puja, or we can do activity or spiritual activity very freely, and it is according to the right. We can offer the puja towards our that particular god or goddess. It's our faith. So we know that very freely Muslim people offer their religious things toward that um, gods or the whatever their religious things. Same rights given for the Persian people, Jain people, Hindu people, or any other communities. These have given the religious right. Okay. Then next is given that is cultural rights. Culture. We can freely live according to our own culture. Means Maharashtria's culture is the different culture of the food. We know that, or wearing the clothes, using the languages, or following the guidelines of our generations. Those are, we know that this are the culture. We can follow the culture very freely. It is our fundamental rights of education. Rights of education. Each and every student, each and every child have given rights to the getting the education. It is the our fundamental rights of education. We know that there is no discrimination who belong from the lower um, lower financial condition, or the lower status, lower social status, or economic status. There is no discrimination uh, for the education. Education is the rights for each and everyone by the constitution. So this is the fundamental rights or the key feature of our constitution. Then justice. Justice means if we um, we feel our 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 how we are heart is hurt by everyone, or by everybody, or by anybody. That time we can get the justice from the court. If our rules, if our fundamental rights uh, mm, violated by anybody, that time we can get the justice from the court. And we know that three levels of the court, like the this government, that is the local court, then the high court, and the supreme court. This is the court, and on this from these courts we can get the justice. It is the, if we feel our fundamental rights have been that violated from anybody, so that time we are getting the justice from the court. This is our fundamental rights. So fundamental rights. And last point we have, that is the secularism. That is the secularism. Secularism means our constitution, by our constitution, Indian people have not accepted any one religious as a major religious. Yes, there is no doubt that Hindu people are living very majority here, but also we have not accepted that India is the Hindu country. No, India is the secularism. All the people, all the communities, all the religious are living here very freely. That is the secularism. Means like the Bible having the same status, Gita and Quran. These all religious books having the same status in India. Means the secularism here, not any single religious is the major religious. All religious, all communities are living very freely here. That is the secularism. So we today we have discussed key features of Indian Constitution. Of them, first was the federalism, means the um, three level of the government, but who is the supreme? That is central government is the supreme power. Then uh, parliamentary form of the government, parliament system we have accepted, and there uh, after the discussion rules are made, or rules are going to made. This is our parliamentary form of the government. Then separation of power, state government, central government, and the Panchayati Raj or the local government. Then fundamental rights of them we have seen, that is right of equality, right of freedom, right of religious, right of culture, right of education, and right of justice. Each and every one get the justice from the court. Then secularism. Secularism means each and every people, community, religious having the same rights. There is no discrimination among the among the communities, among the religious. That is the secularism. Means we can say that India is the secularism or the secular nation. Okay, so in this way we have finished here our chapter, that is the Constitution of India, or the Constitution. This chapter we have uh, finished here. Thank you for watching. Stay home, be safe.